Hey everyone. It is Elson932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. I gotta say, we are back for now for Unsolicited Advice. This is episode 31. I put it on a hiatus so we could relax. We were preparing for RuPaul's Drag Race, okay? Hey Ari, glad to have you here. We were preparing for RuPaul's Drag Race and Drag Race first two episodes. Thank you all so much. It is over 1,000 views and it hasn't even been 24 hours. So I do appreciate all the support that you guys have for this channel. So we are doing unsolicited advice. I told y'all before, I was accosted in these YouTube streets. Folks are like, when you bringing it back? I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, I got the time to go back and watch all 10 episodes. Well, all 30 episodes. They only missed 10 out of the 30. And I said, okay, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back. We're going to try and do it weekly. We're going to fit it in weekly. And I'm hoping either Sunday or another day, because either Match Me Abroad or King's Court, one of the others will step aside for it. Oh, thank you so much, Ari. Thank you for bringing it back for one time. Thank you. And y'all, I do have a thank you video. Shake it, birds. Shake it. Yes. Thank you, Ari, so much for contributing to the channel. Thank you, Debbie, for being here. I realized I have fun with unsolicited advice, but I didn't realize how much fun everybody else was having with it as well. So we always appreciate you telling us when you like something, when you don't like something. If you don't like it, just tell us gently. Tell us as gently as you can. But unsolicited advice apparently is something the people want. So I'm going to give the people what they want, okay? I'm going to give the people what they want. We're going to try and keep it, within an hour. I have 5 items for you. So keep on coming in. Make sure you like the live. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and make sure you have the notifications, because unless you had the notifications, unless you were subscribed, you may not have known I was going live. You may not have known that unsolicited advice is back. So let me pull up the first one. Oh, as much as I say I don't like the spiciness, I low-key enjoy it. Gathers me right up. Exactly. Hey, Cheryl Davis, glad to have you here. I know you like the spiciness. Okay, Ari, so the spice is back. So we go from mild to spicy here. We kind of like to, divvy it up, except for episode 30, which was our first hiatus, was all spicy. And even some people had to block their eyes from the spiciness of episode 30. So I'm just going to tell you we're back on our usual. So let me pull up the first one. And y'all, I had to pull and make sure I got the right ones. Let me make sure. Okay. Let me pull up my notes so I can read it without the covering for YouTube rules. It says, my girlfriend, a 27-year-old female, says she'll break up with me, a 24-year-old female, if we're not living together by December. Is this harsh? So we have two ladies, 27 and 24. And the 27-year-old said she will break up with the 24-year-old if they're not living together by December. So for a bit of context, for the last 7 years of my life, I was a full-time caregiver for a family member. Due to this, I was unable to work or be in education. In July last year, that family member unfortunately passed away. After a short while of grief, I was ready to start applying for jobs. Now, due to me having, no prior experience or lack of an education, this has caused me to be rejected by virtually everyone. Every job that I've applied for. And 1 year later, I'm still unemployed. Now, we understand that. We totally understand that, young lady. Even if you had the education, the years you spent taking care of your family member, unfortunately, that's a gap in your employment. So we understand. So she goes on to say, now, me and my partner are long distance. She's 27 and is ready to settle down. And I am too. But I cannot do that until I have a secure job. She said to me that if we're not actively moving in together by December, then she's going to break up with me. Yes, I understand that she wants to progress on in her life, but she knows how hard it's been for me mentally and physically with just getting rejected from every job I apply for. Surely, if you love someone that much, you wouldn't break up with them over something that is completely out of their hands. I don't know how to view this, and it's really hit me hard and questioning our relationship. So, Ari, you have a question. How long have they been together? She said 7 years of her life she's been a caregiver. They are long distance. She said in July last year the family member passed. She doesn't say how long. She doesn't say how long the relationship has been, but she's been taking care of her family member for 7 years, and she and her partner has been long distance. So yes, I don't know how long they were together because she did not mention that. So what we have known and we have kikied about with another subscriber in here, Bible Lady. I wish she was here. We always joke about how in lady to lady relationships, they move in right away. On the first date, they show up with a U-Haul. Or at least by the second date, they are moved in. It is really quickly. So again, I kind of like understanding based in that context where the girlfriend is coming from, but you ain't moving in with me right away. But we are now in August. You have been long distance. So to say we need to move in together, the person at 27, I don't know. Is that too short notice? She gave you, okay, you were taking care of your family member. Okay. The family member unfortunately passed away. Next up, she gave you time to grieve. Yes, you're grieving. Get your affairs in order. But I'm going to ask this. I have questions. Are you applying for jobs where you are now or where your partner is in the long distance? Because where are you applying for these jobs? And what is long distance? Because for me, across town is long distance. If I can't see you when I want, it is long distance. Ari says, well, depending on how long they were together, it depends on which side I land on. If they've been together for at least a year and a half, then I'm on the side of the girlfriend who's 27. Cheryl says, please don't do it. You need time. This is the first time you're not having to take care of another person. You need this time to find yourself first. Great point, Cheryl Davis. Great point. Again, she may be so used to taking care of someone that now is her time. She needs to use that time to get herself together. Great point, Cheryl Davis. Ari, if they've been together for a year or less, then the other person, okay. I don't know. She did not say how long they've been together, and that is definitely a question I have. How long? How long we been in this? How long we been doing this? And what is long distance? Because where are you applying for this job? If it's 2 states away, maybe you should be applying for the jobs where your partner is. Because if you're applying for jobs where you are, then you're clearly telling your partner, I ain't gonna move because I got a job over here. So I have questions with this. Take your time. Don't let anybody push you into moving in with them. Really, not quickly, but pressuring moving in. But at least, here's the thing. At least I give your girlfriend props for saying what her boundaries are. Because some people would just give you attitude and like, oh, ain't nothing. Oh, ain't nothing. And not talk to you and tell you what they want out of a relationship. So the girlfriend's like, hey, I want us. I have a future planned for us. I want you in my future. I need us to be living together by December. And leave it alone. I hope the girlfriend's leaving it alone. I hope we're not talking about it every single time we talk or see each other. I hope she's not putting extra pressure on you. But certainly take your time. As Cheryl Davis said, take your time. This is your time to rediscover who you are. Okay? Hey, shApp, glad you are here. This is the very first one we're doing. So, lady on lady, 27-year-old female says by December, if her 24-year-old girlfriend hasn't moved in, then she needs to cut the relationship off. Okay? 27, 24. 27-year-olds ready to settle down. Okay? So she's trying to say, hey, if you ain't with me, you ain't with me. Ari said this is a good point though, that she does need at least some time to figure herself out. I guess I just understand the girlfriend a little bit more. I do understand. And both of them, it's no wrong answer for both of them. The girlfriend does want her with her, and that's a great thing. She wants her to, to have time together. It's like, I'm giving you, it's August now, September, October, November, December. It's 4 months. I have a plan. If we're not talking about moving in, if we're not progressing in this relationship, then this relationship is no longer serving me. I understand that's some coal in your stocking for Christmas, for certainly. But I understand this young lady who has been a caretaker for 7 years of her family member who was not working, and that's what she was doing. Now the family member has passed. Now she's looking for jobs and she's being turned down because of a gap in employment. She doesn't have the education level anymore. It's been 7 years. So again, I understand both of them. K-Sharp, why so early, ma'am? You need to slow down. K-Sharp, remember, Bible Lady told us by the first or second date with a Rainbow Coalition dating, they already moved in together. So this is some time. This is taking some time. I just want to be fair to the girlfriend as well, and it's not fair to make her wait. Truly, but again, where are we applying for these jobs? It's long distance to those who now coming in. It's a long distance relationship. So again, who's where are you applying for these jobs? Because where is the distance? We have questions. Hate to go to Africa. Many women take time to raise their children. Many employees are aware of that, and often it doesn't affect their employment chances. Is there a job shortage? Is she picky? Are they a parasite? Now, it could be because she said also she hasn't gone into her education. Okay? She has not gone into her education. She doesn't say what level, but she has been unable to work or be in education. So I'm assuming, based on how she wrote it, that maybe she has not attained a certain level of education for the jobs that she is applying for. So we understand both of you. Both of you need to do exactly what you're doing. Just don't pressure each other. Don't, to the girlfriend that wants her to move in, you've expressed it, you like it, make it welcoming for her. Make it welcoming, like, oh, this is how we're going to be if you move in. Don't say it. Just show her how, when y'all spend time together, how the relationship would be if y'all were living together. But don't put pressure on her. And young lady, if you are applying for jobs where you are, rather than where the person is, then just tell them you don't want to be there. It could be you apply to jobs where she is and you may have more opportunities out there. That doesn't mean you have to move in with her, but take your time. You've always been this caregiver for 7 years. You need a little breather for yourself. But we also need to know, how long have you been with this girlfriend? Has she been supportive of you throughout you taking care of, your family member? Because that also too, she could be like, okay, take care of your family member. You took care of them. You had, time to grieve. You're back out there looking for a job. Now she's like, you're starting your life again, or you're starting your life. I want to be a part of it. I took that meaning too. I was thinking she was at least a high school diploma, and straight out of high school, she started to take care of family member and never had a job. Right. Because she says she's 24. I took that too, Ari. Okay, Sharp. Thank you so much. So glad Unsolicited Advice is on today. I have missed it. Thank you. I've been accosted in these streets for it. And let the birds give you a thank you dance. Shake it, girls. Thank you so much, K-Sharp, for supporting the channel. It's unreasonable for her to expect someone to take care of her. Was the person who passed away really taking care of her? She was taking care of the person who passed to go to Africa. So the young lady who's 24, who's writing this, she was a primary caregiver for her family member, the way she wrote this. So there are people like that, if you need that, within the family. So she was the primary caregiver. And so now she no longer has that. She did not, go into education. So again, if she was a caregiver for 7 years, that's during her teens, is she even ready for such a serious relationship? A great question again. Cheryl Davis. She would be in her teens, and maybe she was doing it part-time, or once she graduated high school, or maybe she didn't. We don't know. We don't know. Were they supporting it? That is a question that I have to go to Africa. Was this girlfriend supporting her, these years? At least, we will be kind these, 6 years, because that's when she would have been 18 and of age. Okay, we will be kind. So yes, we don't know how long this relationship has been. We don't know if this person met her while she was a caregiver or not, but it seems like they gave her time, and it's still giving her time. Okay, they're still giving her the time. Say, hey, you have until December for us to really move in, or keep going in this relationship, because they have a plan and they want you to be with them. Now, don't fall for the pressure just because they want it. Make sure the young lady, wants it as well. I'm hoping that she wants to move in, but if she doesn't want to move in, then don't move in. This is your time. As Cheryl Davis said, this is your time to discover who you are, find out who you are apart from a caregiver. Maybe it's a time for you to get your education in order. You may want to think of it as you get your education in order while you're living with your significant other, and that is a means of supporting you as well. So, young lady at 24, you have a lot to figure out. This is not the end of the world. At least she gave you, hey, by December. She ain't telling you tomorrow. She ain't telling you next week. You have a few months to decide and discover what you want to do and where you want to be. So y'all, please put your unsolicited advice. That was our first one for today. We're off to a great start, y'all. And we get spicier. And while I'm pulling up the next one, make sure you have liked the video. Please do so. And we're pulling up the second one. Is this the second one? Oh, is this the real second one? Okay, what would you do? This is a 33-year-old female and a 38-year-old male. I have kids from a previous relationship. My boyfriend, 30-year-old male, and I, the 33-year-old female, decided to let their dad, okay, the boyfriend decided to let their dad live with us. Okay. Actually, her kid's dad. I just looked at the ages. I was like, oh, my boyfriend and I decided to let their dad live with us because he was having a hard time financially and didn't have a place to go. It was always been until he can find a place. First red flag. He has 2 kids from another relationship, so we felt bad and wanted to help. It's been 2 years and he is still here. He is still here. Mm-mm-mm. So she has a problem. She does not agree with the way he disciplines his children. And when he doesn't agree with her butting into him disciplining his other children, he yells at her. Okay? She says, I won't do that to him, but he does that to me. But the boyfriend does not see a problem with the way that the baby daddy disciplines his children. He said he understands my ex's point, but does not agree with the yelling. However, he's never said it to him. They have a weird relationship where it seems like they're the ones in a relationship. Things got bad the other day between me and my ex, so I texted my boyfriend about it, and he told me if it was that bad, I should leave and go to my dad's. All I want and what I think should happen is, him telling my ex it's not okay to carry on like this. I mean, should this be normal? Your partner should be standing up for you or not. I just don't think I can keep doing this. He'd much rather lose me than tell my ex to stop. Y'all, what do y'all think about this lady? Ah, oh my God. No. Her kid's dad living there. He played her while she has a boyfriend. Yes, she must have more pity for him if she continues to allow it to say, played it like a fiddle. Are we sure the boyfriend is really and not with the D and the L? Huh? Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. I have questions. I have lots of questions. Why are you moving in? You have kids with this man and he has kids elsewhere, and you moved him in and you have a problem with him disciplining. I need to know which kids came first as well. Was it your kids that came first? Because it matters to me, because if his other kids came first, then you would have already known what type of discipline he does with his children if his other kids came first. So I have questions. Now, your boyfriend is a guy's guy. He's taking up for your the father of your kids. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You're supposed to be building a household. First of all, why are we letting him in? Why are we letting him in? Because more than 30 days in many states, he has occupancy rights. He has tenants rights for more than 30 days. You say 2 years later. How are we here 2 years? How are we moving in? Why are we even contemplating him moving in? Why is that even a suggestion, him moving in? Why? Why? Why is that even a suggestion? And without an exit date, you need to have an agreement. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sounds like they are. Most boyfriends will be on their last side, not the ex. Oh, this is crazy. Her ex is living there and her present boyfriend is taking his side. Why is he even there for 2 years? No, this is not normal. My question is, why is her boyfriend allowing this? We're all wondering why the boyfriend even agreed to this. The father, because in the boyfriend's shoes, I would feel like the third wheel. I would feel like the third wheel, because guess what? That is the father of the children that are living in the household with me. How is that discipline happening? What is that, triage hierarchy? I'm searching for the right words. Like, what if your boyfriend wants to discipline the children that you have with this ex that's also living here? What kind of discipline is going on? Who has, who's on first? Why didn't she give him a time limit to stay with her? Who's paying the rent? Why is the boyfriend telling her to go to her dad? I wish a ninja would. Exactly. Why are you telling me to leave my place? My place. Because now it's going to be a hard time getting your ex out. I'm sorry. He has tenants rights now. You done plainly said it's been 2 years. You got to evict him. You got to put the eviction notice on the door. Everything. I'm assuming she assumed you get on it and look for a job expeditiously and then get his own place. She gave him too much sympathy and leniency. Now, y'all, I will say this, and you have HIPAA standards. I have helped a friend. Okay, I had a friend who was escaping a DV situation that I helped, but guess what? When she called me for help, because it was right away she needed to get out, I said, "When are you leaving? I need you to text me. We need it in writing. When are you leaving? Because I don't care. I'm sorry to say this. I don't care where you are going next, but we need a clear delineation, and we will uphold this agreement. I will help you in the present, but I'm not going to be putting on blinders for the future." And y'all, she knew this was the date. We wrote it out, and she left on time. She left on time. I helped her find a place. She was looking for a place. She found a place and she left on time. I didn't ask for rent or anything, because when you're in that space, you need to save up. I said, girl, save up as much coin as you need to vacate. But that is the only situation where I helped. That was non-family. Non-family. Again, non-blood family, I should say, because she was like family. Just blood family. But again, what? We having the father of your kids, your ex, living in the same house, and your boyfriend tells you to go by your dad. Young lady, you need to leave both of them alone. Carry your kids, and you need to leave both of them alone and just go to your dad's. Because this right here tells you your boyfriend ain't got your back. He ain't gonna protect you from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And your children's father, you need some distance there. He needs to leave. And I'm interested to find out, what is your boyfriend's thoughts on telling your ex to leave? Because he clearly telling you you could go to your daddy. What is his thoughts about your ex leaving? Y'all put your comments below because I am just flabbergasted by this suggestion that I go to my dad's. Why can't he leave? Why I got to go? If I'm having a problem, I need to leave. Young lady, this boyfriend ain't gonna have your back. I'm sorry. I'm glad it's a boyfriend and not a husband because even if it was a husband, I'll be like, you need to watch it. You need to watch and you need to know because it seems like they are of similar ilk. All of our flabbers are gasted. Thank you, Ari. Y'all are of a similar, they are of a similar ilk. If he's siding with him and the form of discipline is allowable and accepted, I would pack up my kids and go to my dad's. Y'all could have it. I feel sorry for the kids. There must be a lot of chaos in that house. Yes, to go to Africa. Chaos and confusion. Chaos and confusion. Because again, that I need to know which kids came first because of this too. If his kids came first, then you would have been like a stepmom to them. And now all of a sudden, stepmom is with a new person and we're at their house visiting too. Confusion. Confusion has to be because ain't no way. Chaos and confusion in that house to go to Africa. So y'all, please put in the comments below. What do you think this young lady should do? I say he gave you the right advice. Move and go with your dad. But I'll pick up my kids and go. Let them handle the rent. Let them handle whatever they need to do. I would remove myself from that entire situation. It won't be me. It won't be me. So as we get spicier and spicier, I had to bring in this third one. Okay, I had to bring in this third one because I said, y'all, we need to chew on this. We need to chew on this. My 35-year-old female ex, okay, my ex, she's a 35-year-old female, and the ex is a 36-year-old male, has asked if I would be interested in a threesome with his new girlfriend. Am I being used? So she's a 35-year-old female, 36-year-old male say, hey, come on back over, ex. My new, and meet my new girl and I intimately. So I posted a week or so ago, and now I find out my ex does indeed want a threesome with me and his new girlfriend. He said she fancies me. I've never met her. And if I did agree for some fun, it would really make a dream come true for them. We split up about 6 years ago. We have not seen each other since, but we have remained in text contact only. He's been with this new girlfriend for 2 years. Okay. She is bi. I am hetero. And I've just come out of a relationship of 5 years. I'm really shocked. I no longer have friends or family, so I fear I'm contemplating this out of a place of loneliness. I don't have, that high of a drive anymore, so I really don't think I'm considering this for the right reasons. I was used so much in my previous relationship. Now I'm wondering if I'm falling into yet another toxic one and being used to this situation. I have no one to ask. Any outside advice would truly be helpful. I need to know why you don't have any friends or family. That's the first thing I need to know. Hey, Just Rhonda01, thank you for being here, y'all. Just Rhonda01. She's going on live at 2. And I do believe it's about Huntsville, if I'm not mistaken, but please check out her YouTube channel. He's trying to spin the block actively and publicly while in a relationship, straight diabolical and manipulative. He probably showed her photo to the current girl. He probably showed her photo. She's like, I never met her. She ain't Carl Thomas. I wish I never met her. She just never met her. And now all of a sudden, she got love for her, or she wants some love from her. It's like, and y'all were distant 6 years ago. It seems like he was going through the plethora of the exes once the current girlfriend said, oh yeah, let's do this thing. Let's invite someone. And then he going through, oh, here are the exes. Here are the exes. Anybody you like? Huh? How about this one? How about this ex? Oh, I still text her. Let me reach out to her. Let's see what we can make happen. The man is making your itch. Girl, I would have been done. I wouldn't have answered his text, but she said maybe it's from a point of loneliness. She has no one. That's my question. She came out of a very using and it seems like a DV relationship, going further down in the notes. So I'm wondering if that's the reason she doesn't have family, but I don't see that if she's a victim, why she wouldn't have family. That's the one that's really making me go, no friends or family to talk to about this. What has transpired that your friends and family have distanced themselves from you, or in the midst of your DV, were you isolated? You can still reach out. You could reach back out now that you have escaped, that prior relationship. So, but you don't have friends or family, you're saying, but you come on the internet to ask for advice. Okay. Apparently, she still has feelings for him, or she wouldn't consider it, no matter how lonely she is. To go to Africa, she is lonely. It sounded like that. Loneliness is killing me, and thanks for the lyrics, Ari. The loneliness is getting to her, and she is considering this because, again, why would you know anything about the current girlfriend? That's what I heard loud and clear. She don't know me. She don't know me. But here's what I know: she is bi. I know she is this. I know she. Wait a minute. Why did you even go get the current girlfriend's information? That means it's like double dutch. You've been waiting to jump in. You on the sideline. Should I jump in? Should I not jump in? But you gathering information. Do not entertain this foolishness. Cut ties with him and get a dog. Get a pet of some kind. Thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl been coming through today. Get a pet. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Just popped in my head. Right? Right? It just popped. I understand it. Why? Because the fact that you know anything about this girlfriend tells me you are contemplating this really strangely. It's like, why would you know that? He's been with his new girlfriend for 2 years. How you know that? Why you know that? Why you know anything about this girlfriend? And you're shocked. How did he come on and ask you? And she fancies me. Are you not at all concerned that she fancies you? I mean, why do we know anything about his girlfriend? So your ex, who you text occasionally, see why I said there's exes that need to be just left in the past and just no communication unless you're a beneficiary, you're still on their health documents, leave them in the past. So your ex contacts you and say his current girlfriend thinks you're cute, and let's have a 3 to the sum. Let's all get together intimately. Why are we entertaining the conversation? Why are we learning about his girlfriend? How long we've been? What is her preferences? Why do we care? I don't recommend getting a pet if she isn't ready to fully take responsibility and actively take care of it. What she does need is a therapist. We always advocate for therapy around here, but it seems like she doesn't have a therapist right now. But yes, she needs to, your favorite word, Ari, expeditiously run to a therapist. SMEX doesn't cure loneliness. She needs to go to church and other organizations. She needs to get a life. Thank you to go to Africa. 2 years, she's not a new girlfriend anymore. Right, Just Rhonda. How long they been plotting this? How long they been plotting this? Again, I want to know. 2 years? Did he get with her on the off chance that because of her orientation that she would be into having another lady intimately? So he would get his fantasy fulfilled, but it's still within the confines of the relationship. Now they've been plotting. They've been plotting. Or he been plotting. Yep. Therapy first. Yes. Because again, even the other young lady, the first young lady, it seems companionship is needed, but not in this manner because you're still on the outside. What happens when the experience is over and they drop you? It's like, okay, been there, done that. Okay, had an experience, bye. And what if it's only, whenever they want the experience, every anniversary they're going to call you? You're putting yourself out there to be used. And therapy and a therapist will certainly help you get it together. She needs to do some inner work. Ari, to continue lyrics with you, she's got work to do. See, I'll put in the comments below because this is just too much for me. I'm like, girl, don't take his calls, block him. Just block him. Don't take his calls, don't talk to him, don't see him, don't know him, block him. Okay, that's the one person you need to say you don't have any friends. You don't have any exes as friends, not this one at all. And as the chat said, do some inner work. Go and see the therapist. Go and pay the lady to have deep conversations. So y'all, that was number 3. And we get spicier and spicier, okay? We get spicier and spicier. And we're going to dive into number 4. Make sure you have hit the like and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Okay, it says, and y'all may have to help me with some of these words because I don't understand what this means, okay? I, a 26-year-old female, have been dry ghosted. That's the word. I don't understand dry ghosted, okay? I, a 26-year-old female, have been dry ghosted by a 46-year-old male after dating for only 1 week. Did I get attached too quickly? Do we need to run that again? She's a 26-year-old female that has been dry ghosted by a 46-year-old man. Usually, I'm very hesitant on giving guys a chance due to protecting my feelings, but this one I was falling for. He asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said yes. Things were good. I find myself pretty. I'm attractive. I have a quirky personality, and people usually fall for me fast. Our intimate life was good, and I had him hooked. Obviously, things were perfect. His replies to me were perfect. They were perfect conversations. We were amazing. I was falling for him. He'd come to see me at work and make time for me, write notes and tell me that I was perfect. He took me out on cute dates. Literally, it was perfect. I don't know what happened, but he started to dry ghost me. Out of nowhere, his replies became short, from paragraphs to 2-word replies. He stopped talking to me in a cute manner, and he stopped seeing me at work. For the whole month of July, he hasn't seen me and won't explain what happened. I don't know how to move on and accept that it's over, but I don't understand why he keeps reaching out at the same time. Just as an edit, we've known each other for a lot longer, but after making it official, it went downhill. Sounds like he just up and stopped talking to her. It does. It does. Oh, just Rhonda said he married. He married. Okay? He is married. I take that from the Muppets. If y'all know Muppets Take Manhattan, I love it. That's how they say married. I said what I said. Thank you for being here. Please check out her channel. She is more politics and who are the scammers out there. You can certainly get your fill on I said what I said. And that last I said has an underscore, so you have the right channel. It sounds like he told her what she wanted to hear until he got what he wanted. He got the cookies, okay? He got the cookies. Did they go to the boom boom room? Apparently, she said it was perfect. She said it was perfect. Everything was perfect. Young lady, your head is in the sky. Everything ain't perfect. You were just so giddy. You didn't see the red flags. Because I saw a lot of red flags. First of all, don't be coming by my workplace. Don't come by my workplace. And I need to know, first red flag, y'all. Y'all know what we like to talk about. Our first red flag, she is 26. He is 46. What are we doing? What are we doing? She is 26 and he is 46. What are we doing? She was played. Time for her to move on. She was played. And I agree with just Rhonda. Maybe he was married. Or maybe he was hedging his bets. He had another woman on the line too. And that woman stepped up, or that woman tickled his fancy more, and she was perfect to him, and he went over there. She gave him more of a play, and he went over there. Seems like he was hedging, and he decided to get off the ride. I think dry ghosting, as she described it, as in the past, lowering how much contact or convo they give until ultimately stop talking altogether. Okay, thank you, Ari. So dry ghosting is not completely ghosting, but you have significantly dropped your communication level. She said he stopped coming by the job. He stopped texting her and leaving her notes every day. It's no longer a long paragraph. It's a okay or a K. She said 2-word answers. So I'm going to take that, Ari. Thank you. You know, as you always tell us, you are the youngest member of the L citizens. So we will, of course, take it from you as to what this means, because this is a whole different type of, you know, Google translate for us who are 40 and above. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you kindly, Ari. So, young lady, you got played. He is contacting you. Block him. Just block him. Just block him. He is using you. He is putting you actually on ice. Okay, that's what we like to put. He's putting a pause. He's making you a place holder. Okay, he is making sure that when he needs you, you are available. So he's still going to answer you, even if it's dry, even if it's short. He's making sure he answers you, and he talks to you, gives you the crumbs needed for you to just what? Lay in wait for his next contact. So y'all can make contact. This is not healthy. You need to block him. He is 46. He needs to go on, and y'all, I'm sorry. I'm in the 40 something delegation, okay? I'm in the 40 something. He needs to go on and continue along his AARP membership while you, young lady, live your best life. Block him. This 20 something years, block him. I don't like it. Even at her age, she can't be that naive that she can't see that he wasn't interested in having a long-term relationship with her. To go to Africa, I agree. Because she said in her PS note on the bottom, they've known each other a lot longer, but after making it official, it went downhill. How long he been knowing you and how he been knowing you? Was he able to access you in the long time of knowing you before it was official? I need to know what does long time mean? What does long time mean for you? For me, knowing you a long time, it could be a couple of years. And then all of a sudden it's official. So if you know him for a long time, you've been a placeholder, you haven't had y'all weren't officially in a relationship, then all of a sudden y'all are in a relationship. Who asked who to make it official? Because it sounded like you asked, because he had one foot outside the door. Don't be surprised. Someone is up in years numerically doesn't mean they have the experience to match the number and know better. Where did they meet? She didn't say where they met. She just said that they've known each other longer than this, because she had said, you know, that it was pretty quickly that things were physical. She said it was she got pretty quickly, she got attached. Okay, she said she was falling for him really, really a lot. She didn't give us numbers, and we need detail. But what she does say is for the whole month of July, she hasn't seen him, and he won't explain what's happened. As if we go in with just Rhonda 01s, he married, and wife is back in town. Okay, wife is back in town. He did not take you to a concert. You did not go see Coldplay, but he gave you the cold shoulder. Okay, because wife may be back from her business trip for the whole month of July. Sounds like what usually happens to the guys happened to her this time. Ooh, reverse Uno. My guess is school or church. I'm just saying, he is married. Could be. Because where would the 26-year-old and this 46-year-old meet unless her place of business is, taking care of the public, and that's how they met because she's in customer service. But the 46 should have been a red flag. His age would have been a red flag for me. It's a possibility that she turned him off because she was too clingy. Now, to go to Africa, you are on point because y'all remember, how many perfects did we have? Okay? His replies to me were perfect. Conversations were perfect. He wrote notes to me that I was perfect. We had cute dates. They were perfect. Everything was too daggone perfect. And that does sound like what? A stage 5 clinger. So I am with you to go to Africa. He could have bombed her and just used her for the smicks. He could have. But again, it sounds like she was, and pun intended, ripe for the picking. Because it sounds like, oh my gosh, now that we are official and you're officially my boyfriend, now everything's perfect, and you write me notes and you do this and you do that. And he probably was just tired. He probably was like, I had to do this much for the other gal. I ain't got to write notes. I ain't got to do perfect dates. And what is perfect? Because we already know my perfect and y'all perfect in the chat are different. Y'all already talk about me and my dates, and y'all already talk about me and what dates y'all will and will not have. So I need to know, young lady, Miss 26-year-old female, what is a perfect date for you? Because it's giving me, I don't know if it will be perfect. It's giving me that, we went to the popsicle stand and you remembered my favorite popsicle and it's perfect. That's what it's giving me. But y'all, please leave your unsolicited advice in the comments below for her. Let us know exactly what you think, what your advice is to her. I say leave that man alone. Block him. Whatever reason. There's no reason this 46-year-old man is trying to be with you, Miss 26-year-old. He probably realized giving you the title of girlfriend is what will have you giddy and have you less likely digging to find out what he is up to in his regular life. And he come into your job. Do you know where he worked? Do you know what he did? Because all I keep hearing is me, 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 me. And I'm perfect. I'm perfect. What he's doing for me, to me, is perfect. All I'm hearing is me, 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 me. And we are not singing a tune, even though the chat has a whole bunch of lyrics. Okay? Hey, Nesto, Shackle Shuffle, Walk of Shame. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. And your avatar is life. I'm telling you, it is life. So y'all, let's get into the next one. Next one is spicy. It's going to be spicy. Okay, just clutch your pearls, not too tight, not too tight. Don't clutch the pearls too tight to break them. Okay. So, he might have to block. Is she too needy? Probably. So it says my boyfriend, a 28-year-old male, and I, a 24-year-old female, got into an argument over intimacy. Is a relationship worth saving? Last night, my boyfriend tried to initiate intimacy, but I told him I did not want to have smecks with him because I don't get any pleasure out of it. Our intimacy mostly revolves around him entering the tunnel until he finishes, but I cannot reach the big O from tunnel alone. I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm bottling up my intimate frustration just to protect his ego. There are so many women whose boyfriends actually care enough to figure out how to get them to the promised land. I would like to be one of them too. Anyway, when we go to bed, he stormed off into the other room. I followed him and asked what was wrong. He told me he felt disrespected and that the relationship was over. I kept trying to explain that I didn't want to break up. Ma'am, you just said you did, but okay. I tried to explain I didn't want to break up. I just want him to care enough to understand the female body and actually try to make it enjoyable for me too. But instead, he gave me the silent treatment. And then when he finally spoke, he said, we're not compatible and it's over. I do not understand him at all, and I would appreciate some clarity from a neutral party. LOL. The next day, I stupidly, she put that in parentheses, asked to talk things through with him again. He got angry and started throwing things around the room. He emptied the fridge, flung the food everywhere, smashed the eggs on the floor, and even grabbed the watermelon and threw it on the floor. She did end up calling the popo. She says, "Now I'm packing up all my stuff and getting out." Yes, and mm, 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 mm. Hey, high five. Thank you for being here. I thought you were here. I don't know why. Yes, you walked into the juicy one. Pun intended. She said no pun, but I said pun intended. Not the tunnel. Girl, that's the only way I can say the pen to the tration for YouTube. Yes, in the tunnel. Well, if it refuses to try to get you to the promised land, and is actually throwing things, it's a blessing y'all are not together anymore. Right. She just said she wants to be one of the ladies with a man who understands that she needs a slow hand. She needs an easy touch. She needs someone who would spend some time, not come and go in a heated rush. Again, Pointer Sisters, slow hand is going to help him understand. He is a violent a-hole, period. Yes, high vibe. He is. I wanted to leave that immature person. He has no intellect about the female body, nor does he care to learn. Additionally, he has anger issues, so leave him alone. Right. And the anger is being, spent on the eggs that are expensive. Okay. All this food is expensive. And who will clean this up? Officers, before y'all take him away, make him clean this up because I really don't want to. Okay. Okay. It sounds like their problem may be deeper than Smex. They need therapy or a divorce. It is boyfriend and girlfriend. They are not married, thankfully. This is a good example of communication. If he isn't willing to listen, then maybe you need to break up. Now it's escalating to violence. Get out is the best move. Thank you, Cheryl Davis. Okay? They ain't married, so no need for a divorce. She just need to, as she said, she's packing up her stuff to go. But ma'am, it seems like this is one of those moments where you were being pushed out. You said you needed someone different. It sounded like you weren't going to leave because he got angry. He went to the other room and he said, "We broke up." I would have left it there because I already got what I want. I want someone with a slow hand. I want to be one of those ladies that the man understands. He was giving you the out, but then you want to talk about it. Why? Why? Why you want to talk about it? You have some level of care for him. I understand. But this ain't the first time he done thrown them eggs. You want him to scramble your eggs, not the eggs out of the fridge. I understand. And he probably showed you glimpses that he can get you to the land. And so it ain't no longer the land of make believe, but it's the promised land. He probably gave you glimpses of that. And you're like, oh, well, maybe I can teach him. And while we are okay, everyone, every person on either side of it, you should teach your partner your needs, but he already showed you he don't care. He don't give two letters what you care about, what you need to enjoy this. He getting his fulfillment. That's all he care about. That's all he care about. But he said we broken up, and you're going to help me understand. What do you need to understand? You are getting a pass to get out. Take it and leave. We're only hearing one side of the story. There's probably much more she didn't disclose. Okay. The fact that she tried to talk to him twice, I could give you that to go to Africa. Is she not communicating her needs with him? Because we haven't said, she hasn't said the blueprint of what she needs. Has she? How did she explain it to him? And I'm concerned that he's the one throwing a tantrum. There is a lot out of here because, did he throw a tantrum? Y'all, that's why I know I keep saying I don't want to do a members only, but I may have to start doing a members so we could get into some stories that I have. Okay, we could get into some stories because I've had, if we insert El Cid into this story, okay, put me into this story because I've had a similar bit of situation, but I'm not asking you to explain. If you can't get me to the land of Oz, I'm gonna get there myself. And when I how can I say, when I reached for the tools I needed and he heard the zzz, he got mad and he left the room. Okay, well, homie, if you ain't on your job, I gotta get there. I'd rather you sing the song "I'll Take You There," but if you ain't trying to get there or help me get there, then I'm gonna have to leave you behind. So if I was in this story, I would have been handling my business and he would have been um having a tantrum in the back. Okay? He would have been hearing the zzz, and he would have been hearing when Harry met Sally. He would have been hearing all the oohs, ahs, and the yes that he wanted to handle. Okay? He don't give a rat's leave, girl, and don't return. Don't forget to hollering. Girl, I will be hollering extra. You would swear somebody is in the room with me. It'll be extra hollering. The neighbors, uh, at the time was apartment living, the neighbors would have been banging on the wall saying, hush up. We don't need to hear that. I may have been hitting the daggone headboard against the wall just to give the added effect because, you need to learn what I need. And either you're going to be here while I'm handling this lesson or you're going to be elsewhere. But you're going to hear it. You might even pick up your stuff and leave. It may be your place. Okay. Now, don't ask me why I'm bringing what I need to his place. Okay. Stay out of my business. Okay. Because not everybody is used to corrective action and actually, performing well. So, Girl Scouts, just like Boy Scouts, need to always be prepared. So you might leave your own apartment because you can't handle it. Okay? You ain't gonna be tossing out eggs and all that kind of stuff. I may leave after I got what I came for. Now either it's at your hands or my own hands, but I'm gonna leave when I got what I came for. And that may be a story for members. That'll be a story for members. If I ever get a members, we can go into these unsolicited advice and I can tell you some of my stories. Okay. I like to play Neighbors Know My Name by Trey Songz. Yes, the neighbors may know my name, but there's no name to call out other than Bob. They'll know Bob's name. Okay. They'll know Bob's name. And maybe members will ask, what do you call your Bob? Do you just call it Bob? We'll save that for, that means an extra layer. I don't know if I want to do members, but when I have these types of stories, I need, no, Ari. Yes, Ari, I do would like to get to 1,000 subs as we are now. As you see, we have grown. We were 500 last week. We are over 500. We're 570 something this week. The channel is growing. It is growing exponentially. And I can do memberships now. YouTube has allowed me to open up a membership portal, a membership level now. I am very grateful for them. I just wondered, what am I going to talk to my members about? But now here it is. Here it is. We could definitely have a Elsit After Dark where I would be here late for y'all only. But yeah, that would be one of the stories I would have. He did not leave the apartment. But we could have that once I get a member level. Somebody put a pin in this and remind me to finish that story. Yeah. That was quite a delightful story now that y'all taking me down memory lane. Okay. But yes, I do have permission behind the scenes to have a membership level. I will try to create that. And maybe we will have just an unsolicited advice just for members only. Okay. The bottom line is that if she seriously wanted to reach the promised land, she would want to know what to do and wouldn't need to ask for advice. I think she may be, and I will give her grace here. Now, there are ladies who may need or want a gentleman of the human persuasion to get them to the promised land and not take their pleasure into their own hands. There are ladies out there who are conservative enough that they would not take themselves to the promised land. Okay. And they may not even know how to get there unless they had a partner. So I would only give her that much grace. They are, I believe, 28. Yep, 28. She's 24. He's 28. You have a lot of exploring to do, young lady, and I will start with yourself. I will start with yourself. And if you ever watched Smex in the City on HBO, Charlotte, Charlotte had a wonderful exercise where, hey, you have got to know what you need and what you like before you can translate it to your partner. So, y'all, please put your unsolicited advice down here for this young lady because it seems to me, mm, she said she does, yep, to go to Africa. There are other men out here. It seems to me you said in your request that you want to be one of the ladies who has a man who understands and knows how to get you there. But now that this man has released you, you still want to hold on to him. Sounded like a clinger. It did not need to escalate to this area. I'm not blaming you at all. I'm just saying he told you once, he told you twice. That is your permission slip to leave. And then we would have still had all the eggs and the food safely in the fridge. I'm just putting that in. But that outburst, I'm glad you had the fortitude to call law enforcement. I'm glad you got the heck up out of there. I'm sorry you had to go through all of that, but now you can I would certainly see a therapist. We are all loving therapy around here. I would certainly go see a therapist and, see what's going on with you so that the next relationship you could certainly speak up and find exactly what you're looking for. So, y'all, what is your unsolicited advice for her? Please put it in the comments below. Make sure you have liked, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try and do this once a week. This has been fun to be back in unsolicited advice territory. And we are doing RuPaul's Drag Race. It has not been 24 hours, and we've been close to 2,000 views. So thank you so much to all of you who have been watching and being there for me. RuPaul's Drag Race. We also have Love is Blind UK coming up. In a couple of weeks, we do have King's Court. We have Match Me Abroad. We have so much going on here, and I see you on the next one because we will have another unsolicited advice. There are better opinions for men available for here. There are also, hey, there are other opinions out there. But thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.